Hey, what's up, everybody? So, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter family. And today, I'm going to be telling you the exact steps that you need to take to become the bank and to buy a house with little to no money out of your own pocket and no credit checks. All right. So I'm hopping on here, man, to show y'all nothing but love, man, because right now I got another video um going viral on TikTok and I'm super busy. It's going nuts right now, man, but I love it because I'm getting this information out to the everyday hardworking people. And that is the mission of my channel, man, of all the videos that I put on social media is to get you guys the actionable knowledge that you need to close a transaction and change your life. Just like I did, man. Just like I did in that video that's going viral. I put in there that, the first time I saw a beach with my own eyes was last summer. And then just this past week, I bought myself and my two kids and my fiance tickets to Mexico for 6 days, man. So, and that's in a year. That's in a year's time from the time I got my first house, subject to the existing financing. So I'm here to give you guys the game. All right. So just stick with me and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh yeah. And don't forget to hit that like button. And if you feel like I give you some value, consider subscribing.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
All right. What's up, y'all? So I got some viewers on here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Get us in the algorithm, man, so I can get you guys this game. Get it out there to the people, man. Right now, it's out to the world. It's getting out to the world. It's going crazy on TikTok. Got like 330 some thousand views in a couple of days. So I'll be on the Mount Rushmore of TikTok, man. Once this one hits a million, that'll be 3 videos with a million or more views. So let's go, y'all. They liking what we have to say. So I'm hoping that I can get the Go Getter family, man, and the existing members and the inner circle members to put themselves out there, network, just similar to what I've done and change everything about their lives, man. I'll tell you guys this real quick. If you talk to any high level elite person, they're going to tell you absolutely 110% that networking with other people, other professionals, other people on your level is the key to success, man. That's the way that you are going to get success in this game, man, in this world that we live in right now, because with the internet and social media, time and geography are no longer a factor. So that brings me to tonight, man, what I want to talk to you guys about. I spent a lot of time putting it together for my inner circle, and then also just for the everyday go-getter family members and just the go-getters out there, man, in life that want to change, right? And what it is boom, I'm going to share my screen with you guys too so you guys can see this, but this is the steps in the becoming the bank process. All right, these are the steps that you got to take, and then a little explanation as to why. Okay, now I'm also going to do a second video, and that's for my virtual mastermind members. And in that video, I'm going to be sharing this document. All right. And talking about this actually goes a little bit more in depth with the explanation as to why you need each document, what it means in the steps. All right. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. All right. I'll answer any questions that I can on the second half of the show live. So that's, when you're here live and you hit that like button, I'm going to give you that game. So what I'm talking about though is subject to the existing financing and creative financing, where we become the bank, where we buy houses. All right, the non-traditional way, man. In the world that I live in, I don't go to banks and fill out credit applications. and qualify for debt, man, and show them my business plan, right? And show them the property and the numbers and hope that they're going to give me the money to buy it and then also to fix it up and flip it to make some money, man. So I don't have to go to this 9 to 5 job every day and sell my time to survive, man. And the way that it's getting, man, dude, inflation and all that, dude, it's crazy right now, man. There's not enough time in a day to damn near survive, man. I mean, shit, you look at gas prices and the prices of goods and even just food, man, it is nuts right now. So this, I'm not tripping about any money. I told you guys in the beginning, man, I just bought me and my family tickets to Mexico, and I did it with real estate investing, man, and then also networking with people around the country. I'm from Sioux City, Iowa, man. Sioux City, Iowa. People don't even know if that's a freaking place. And I've changed my entire life. We're buying houses in Las Vegas and in Colorado, Denver, Colorado right now. I got my acquisitions team working there, and I'm doing it all by becoming the bank, man. Becoming the bank. I started this with nothing, man. I was running a landscaping company. It was nuts. So for those of you that want to get into real estate, to me, in my opinion, this is the best way to do it. This is real estate the right way. All right, guys, we have been being lied to our entire lives from when we heard about real estate investing. All right, needing a realtor, having to do inspections, appraisals, going to the bank, qualifying, showing W-2s, debt to income ratios, all of that stuff. We don't have to do any of that. What we have to do is solve problems. That's it. We got to solve problems. And if you're able to solve that problem, then in return, you get paid very, very well and you get a house for it, man. I'll take my glasses off. Ooh. Okay. So let's dive in. Now, the first thing, right? The first thing that you need in the becoming the bank process really is your paperwork. All right. You absolutely need your paperwork. And that's what we go over really in this process. Having that paperwork is mandatory. You cannot do this with just a regular purchase and sales agreement that you find scouring the internet, man. Get in Google and search purchase and sales agreement. That's not gonna do it for this. You need a particular type of agreement, man. Now there's subject to, that's one type of transaction, subject to the existing financing where we are taking over an existing mortgage, all right? Then there is creative financing where we are still taking over that existing mortgage, but there is no deed transfer. So we can close on that deal in as little as 24 hours because we are buying that house on contract using a seller financing tactic. All right. Seller financing tactic and strategies, but you have to do this in a particular way. So the step one is to, really step one is to find the deal. Right. You got to find the distressed property so that a person will be willing to let you take over the existing debt and that existing debt stays in their name. All right. But the house goes into your name. Once you find that property, you're going to get those contracts signed with the seller. All right. Subject to the existing mortgage. So you're going to use the buying contracts from the Go Getter families buying our standard real estate and purchase agreement. And then also our standard agreement for deed. You will need to use the standard agreement for deed when you are buying using seller financing. All right. And sorry. Okay. Now that said, once you have those documents signed, the next thing that you want to do is you're going to have the seller sign a property disclosure statement. All right, and a property disclosure statement. Um, well, let me back up here, man. First off, using that purchase agreement, it's got provisions in it which are not included in any realtor's agreement that you're going to find and that you'll ever see. All right. So the subject to our standard purchase agreement, the seller pays all costs. There's owner financing provisions, and those are just a few examples that are in there, right? And that's also with the agreement for deed. We use this form when we're buying real estate with seller financing, but the seller isn't comfortable with us taking title to that property. Okay. So the deed doesn't transfer, but we get all financial interest in that property. So it's an own nothing, control everything strategy. With certain contracts, man, that's the way the world goes round, is off of contracts. Um, and you can get that bundle of rights. All right. So it's almost like when you purchase a vehicle off of the car lot and you get a loan for it. Well, the bank's name is on the title to that car. So in order to transfer that title, once you get it, you got to pay off the bank. Well, buying with an agreement for deed is the same thing. Okay. The owner keeps the deed to the house, but we get the use of the house and all rights to it, just like when you buy a car off the car lot. It's the same thing, guys. But there's just a lot more money involved, a lot more control, a lot more influence as well. So now the thing is, the seller would remain liable with the agreement for deed. All right, this is going to allow the seller to retain title to the property while transferring all those equitable rights in that property. All right. Then step two is that seller's property disclosure statement. Okay. Okay. And these are all documents that the Go Getter family has, especially, the inner circle members all absolutely have these documents, and they get trained on them. But you're going to use that form when you're entering into a contract for a purchase and sale. Okay. And it's just a written verification and disclosure, assuring that the seller is given every opportunity to reveal like important information about the house. Is there a crack in the foundation? Right? Does the roof need to be repaired? We're letting them tell us these things but prior to our inspection. Okay, that disclosure statement, it is important, and you're going to include any items that aren't in that sale as well in that disclosure statement. Um, Next though, the next thing, it's the seller affidavit. The seller affidavit. You're going to use this form to obtain a written statement from the seller that the seller has the authority to enter into an agreement. Because when you're out here buying these houses, man, dude, you're gonna be talking to people that it's a cousin of the owner. And the cousin's just like representing them almost like because they got all the sense, right? They got all the game. They're the good negotiators in the family or something, man. So you got to make sure that seller affidavit, that is them saying that they can sell this property. They are the person that you need to be talking to. Now, the next thing is see, people, when I talk about subject to and creative financing, there's a couple of things here. Now, I have my own transaction that I came up with. It's the wholesale and hold method where we buy on a contract for deed, but we also do a few other things like getting a limited power of attorney and then transferring that property into a trust. All right. So, with all that said, when you buy on subject to, people talk about that due on sale clause. Okay. So, there's a clause in mortgages that says if you transfer the deed to this house to someone else before you pay off that mortgage, the bank can call that loan due and you have 30 days to pay the remainder of that loan. And if you don't pay that in 30 days, they can foreclose on the property. They can foreclose on that property. So people are really worried about that due on sale clause. Well, the wealthy and the elite, they left a loophole for them to get through. Okay. And that loophole is estate planning. Estate planning. So if you transfer the deed to your property into a trust, the banks, they cannot call that loan due. It's illegal for them to do that per the Garn St. Germain Act. All right. So of 1982. So you transfer that deed into a trust. So the next document, step four, it's the trustee authorization. All right. And that's that's used when we want to take that property over subject to the existing financing, take over the existing mortgage. All we got to do is continue to make those mortgage payments, man. That's why I love this. All right. So that trustee authorization, you're taking that over, and that's like a power of attorney for the trustee, okay, of your trust. It's going to allow us to handle any property taxes, any liens, insurance, things like that. Right. Now, the next thing is the seller's mortgage disclosure statement. This is the thing, guys, with this. You want it, everything is above the table. All right. We can close these transactions on our own too, especially if we have the right documents. So the seller's disclosure statement, this form clearly discloses that the loan is going to remain in the seller's name and that we are not responsible for that loan, although we are taking it over, that they are aware of this. Okay. Next, though, I love this. It is a letter appointing new management. Yes, appointing new management. Really, guys, we are partnering with these property owners. All right. So it's a letter appointing new management. You send that to the lender and you're good to go. Um, the next thing though is a letter. No, it's a notification of establishment of a trust. That's why I say, guys, when we're doing this, right? People are in foreclosure or whatever the case is. I always tell people, man, damn, I think I'm getting sick. Shit. I always tell people though that we're not requesting anything from the bank. We're notifying them of certain things. And there's a difference between requesting something and then notifying people of something. When you're requesting something, you're asking permission. When you're given a notification, you're telling them what's going on. You're telling them what you're about to do. And as long as you know the rules to the game, you got a chance at winning it. All right. So, for those of you just popping in, my name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter family, and I teach people to buy houses by taking over the existing financing. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I teach people to take over the existing financing on properties, the existing mortgage, and buying them that way so you don't need a lump sum of money and there are no credit checks. All right. So these forms, all of these forms, somebody just asked all these forms, which course are they in? So these are not in a course yet. These are all these forms are in the inner circle, right? Our group coaching, mentorship, the Go Getter Family Academy. All right. So there are the forms that you need in the subject to masterclass as well to take over that property subject to the existing financing. This is doing it at the highest level right here. And it's giving you the process. All right. So the next the next form that you're going to get, it's a change of address, but you've got to get that form from your lender. Okay, that change of address form, you're getting that change to the new management, right? Whatever PO box or whatever it is that you have set up with your trust, you're getting that changed. And you've got to get that from your lender. Um, the next form, it's your appointment of trustee. You've got to have a trustee, guys, because the thing about buying in a trust is you're doing that for anonymity to create some layers, and that's how the wealthy and the elite operate. Okay, so a trustee is the name that's on public record. What matters the most is who has the beneficial interest of that trust, and that is not on public record. That's the beautiful part about it. This is why the wealthy and the elite operate in trust. So after you appoint that trustee, you've got to create the land trust. So the declaration of trust and land trust agreement, that's got everything in it. That form is private. You do not record that document. All right. After that, your standard warranty deed, your standard warranty deed. You can give these to your title company or you can close this thing yourself. That's the beautiful part about it. But you do want to get a title search and get title insurance. The final step, right? After that standard warranty deed, um, it's your quit claim and assignment of beneficial interest in land trust. Because when that land trust is initially set up, the grantor of that land trust is the old owner, the seller. That's who the grantor is. Um, after after that, after that, you are going to after that transaction is done, you're going to go down and you're going to get this signed by your seller. You don't record this document either. You keep this document. Now you have all the rights. You can sell the property that way as well. All right, you can sell the property that way as well. So I'm going to take a deeper dive into this. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown. I haven't been on here for a while. I want to give you guys a rundown of how you do these transactions. All right, so I will be on the virtual mastermind, giving a deeper dive into these documents and how you can get this done, man. It's beautiful. I love it. It's changed my life. So there's only one question. So I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm not feeling well all of a sudden, but I do appreciate you guys popping in. And don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing if you feel like I taught you something new. All right. I'm out of here. Till next time. Let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go